Hello and welcome to the Random podcast where we talk about random and dumb things. I'm Connor.
And I'm Tyson.
And this is episode
19.
You just said it, yep, 19.
We are trying to make these more consistent, so like this Christmas break, we would just post episodes as soon as possible. And so when we hit Christmas break, we weren't making episodes, and so our viewership really dropped.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to make these more consistent so that there'll still be stuff coming out.
So we're going to start doing these every Friday is when we're going to be releasing it.
Yep.
So we're not just going to be posting it randomly. So wait till Friday. Well, expect it on Friday. So that's when they're going to be uploaded. So just going to be a little more consistent and we can keep things going. And yeah, Tyson's finding his funny death.
Yep. We really should prepare more for these.
Yeah.
We say that every episode.
It's random though. It's supposed to be like us just sitting here finding things, waiting for things. I'm really trying to stall right now.
Okay, so Tycho Brahe. Oh, I think I've heard that name before. I don't know. 1601, 24th of October. Apparently, he went to a banquet in Prague, I believe is how you pronounce it. Like, he didn't want to be rude and go to the bathroom, but by the time he went home, he was unable to, and then he died. He contracted...
I think we did that one before.
I don't think so. Because kidney stone later still to potential mercury poisoning. So, I don't know. If you have to go, it's okay to go.
Yeah.
Unless there's no bathroom.
Well...
Speaking of going to the bathroom, have you ever had a dream where you're going to the bathroom?
It's where every day I get, like, some kind of comment asking if you've ever had a dream where you're, like, falling or if you're going to the bathroom or something.
I had that
I swear every day.
I had a dream like that. I think we were in Branson. I had one dream, and it was when we were on vacation, and my sister was so appalled. And I don't think I've ever done that after that. I think I, remember it now, so when I have a dream, I'm like, hold up, no, I think I'm sleeping. Let's not do that. Let's just wait.
Yeah. It actually, so a lot of people, it is scientifically proven, here's my fun fact of the day, that you actually dream every night. But it's just you don't remember most of them. So people who have dreams and they just don't, remember them, they're like, oh, I didn't have a dream last night. Scientifically proven, you always have a dream every night. It's just you don't remember it in the morning a lot of times.
Oh, speaking of dreams, Connor, this one's about you. It's really funny.
You were dreaming about me?
I was. Okay, so I think
disturbing.
A little, but okay. I think my mom went into Kohl's, so I was just sitting in the car.
Kohl's.
Yeah,
you were
and so
dreaming about me at Kohl's.
No, I was sitting in the car, and I think it was really warm, so I was just really tired, and I fell asleep. And I had this dream about Connor, and at the last second, what's so funny is he was chewing bubble gum, and he jerks his head at me and he pops it. It's like pow, and then I wake up so scared, and the pow was Mom unlocking the car. It was timed so perfectly. I'm like, how do my dreams do that?
So it's actually I already know this one. So when you're dreaming, your mind is still technically active, and so it's more like your mind's controlling it. So when it hears things in the background, and it's still hearing things, so when it hears a sound, it'll put it into the dream, kind of add it in there.
Mm-hmm. But the thing was, you swung your head back and went pow, and it was just timed so perfectly.
Dreaming at me at Kohl's.
Yep.
Oh man. You know what else is dreamy? W Energy and First Form.
Yeah.
What did you think I was going to say?
Me? I don't know.
No. Use code Random Podcast for W Energy and Random _ Podcast for First Form.
Yep. If you've
Tyson puts the link.
Link in the description below. If you've noticed, our mic is getting really crackly because it's old. And if you don't want a crackly mic, help us buy a new one.
Buy First Form because they pay us. W is great too, but buy First Form because they pay us.
Yeah, and First Form's just like a really good
It is
company.
Good. And W Energy is good.
Mm-hmm.
But we need a new mic.
We tried W. That was good. First Form was pretty good too. They have some good merch though.
Mm-hmm.
Mr. Bingham, he wears that First Form merch all the time.
I want to talk about something real quick. So, what team are you for the Mexicali trip?
I'm doing the outreach team, so we're writing a letter to one of the teachers saying we need a bunch of supplies.
So, every year our school goes on a trip to a place in Mexico called Mexicali to teach a bunch of kids the gospel and things like that. Almost like if you guys have ever seen Camp Sunshine from around here. And it's kind of like that in Mexico. So we have a Mexicali trip, and for the people in Spanish 1, like Tyson and I, we do all the planning and the fundraising and the outreach stuff. Even if we're not going, it's a required part of our grade. And for the I'm part of the fundraising team. I thought it meant planning the fundraisers and like keeping track of the money. She never said we had to pay for it. She's making us pay for the fundraiser stuff. Like, for the bake sales, we have to pay for the ingredients. If we do, like, a raffle, we have to pay for the prizes and the tickets. And I'm like, it's a required thing, too.
Yeah, she didn't do a very good job of explaining things. She's just like, what do you want to do? And, like, I don't know, bookmarks. Bookmarks was a popular one in our group.
Yeah, we didn't have a single one for bookmarks in ours. I didn't know that we had to pay for it, and that's kind of upsetting. I don't know. I'm going to ask her about it.
I'm in a group with all girls.
I'm with Keiston, Josiah, and Mariah.
So, if you live around the Lincoln area, I'm guessing you probably do. We have, on Spotify for Creators, we're able to tell kind of where you guys are. Not specifically, don't worry.
Jameson K.
Yeah.
Start like listing off like coordinates.
It doesn't give us any names or anything. It'll just give us like these random towns from like around the Midwest.
It's not like coordinates or anything. It's just like saying like if they're from Nebraska or Iowa or Kansas or something.
92% of listeners are from Nebraska,
which makes sense. It's probably all from our school too.
Mm-hmm. I don't know if people's locations are off or if people are actually listening from Colorado and Iowa or something. If you are, comment down below or say where you guys are from. That would be great. Anyway.
Oh, also, if you guys are from Colorado and Iowa, come to Lincoln and get some Runza. It's good. It's really good.
They have some Runzas like on the fringes of Nebraska. Like there's one in South Dakota, like two in Iowa.
Kind of.
Yeah, I think.
They're all in Nebraska, but there's some that are like close to the edge.
I'm pretty sure there's like 3 or 4 that are like in South Dakota and Iowa and Kansas.
See, then they lied to us. I think you're thinking of Culver's. Culver's is around the Midwest.
Oh, see? Runs a map,
You liars. They lied to us.
Let's see.
They said it was a Runza, or they said it was a Nebraska thing.
Well, there's some around the Midwest. Like, see, there's 2 in Colorado. There's like one in Kansas City and one in Kansas, one in Iowa, and there's like one right.
You lied to us. They lied.
There's like 1 5 miles outside of Nebraska and South Dakota. Anyway, enjoy Runza. But if you live close to the Lincoln area, I'm guessing most of our listeners have relations to Lincoln Christian. If you do, we have a spring musical happening in April. I should know when that is, but...
I get to move things for it.
Oh, you're doing stage crew?
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, I'm an ensemble. I think I'm gonna be a Nazi. I'm so happy.
Keiston and Henry are actually doing it this year.
Yeah, they said. Because didn't Henry accidentally walk into the choir room and they're just hey, you want to be a Nazi?
With them. I was with Henry and Keiston. He was like, we should go to a room more quiet to talk, because he's like, it's really loud in here. So he goes to the choir. I knew they were in there. I saw him in there, and I just didn't say a word. I just let him go right in there. Hey, do you want to be a Nazi?
The second
and they tried to get him to play the piano and stuff like that for the playing things. It was kind of funny.
Bro walked in and got a job.
I wish it was that easy to get a job.
I
You just walk in and they're like, "Hey, I want you, Uncle Sam."
I want you to work for, I don't know,
Renzo.
Renzo, yeah.
I love Renzo.
Yeah, Renzo's pretty good. I'm really sorry, Connor. I don't think I've really ever had a Renzo.
I've had a couple. I don't like onions, so.
Yeah. Okay, that makes me feel better. Some people are just like, what? You've never had a Renzo? So,
Yeah, I mean, it's worth a try.
hmm
Like, they're good, I just don't like onions.
Yeah.
And you can't ask for, like, without onions since their meat is made with the onions in it.
Oh.
So,
I'm just a hamburger guy, so I just always get
Yeah.
hamburgers. But I think Renzo would be pretty good.
it's a good hamburger place.
Yeah.
You know what else is, like, see, we, Krispy Kremes, do you remember the hot and fresh stuff that they used to do?
Maybe.
You don't?
We never
So-
really ate at Krispy Kreme.
My dad, when I did my allergy shots, my dad, whenever he would take me, we'd always go to Krispy Kremes afterwards, since it was always in the morning. He'd always go to Krispy Kremes, get some donuts. They used to do hot and fresh, where if their sign was lit up, then they would be, like, super hot, like they would take them off the conveyor belt and give them to you.
Mhm.
So they were, like, they were so good, hot and fresh and stuff, and they're, like, all melty and buttery and stuff, and you would get a free one when you go in. Like, they would give you a free glazed donut. Their glazed donuts are the best. You can't beat a Krispy Kreme glazed donut.
Yeah.
They're the best. But they, like, once COVID started doing it, or once COVID started, they stopped doing, like, the free sample ones.
Mhm.
And now they just kind of, like, stopped doing the hot and fresh overall. Anytime I've gone over there to that area, I haven't seen the sign on. So tell us if they're still doing it, because either I'm getting really unlucky and I just haven't seen it, or they just stopped doing it. So
I'll bet
I don't
COVID
know.
killed it. COVID killed everything.
Good.
Yeah.
Stupid Chinese bats.
Hey, don't say that.
Trump can say it.
Yeah, we'll let Trump say
Trump
that.
can say it, I can too.
Alright. For the record, Random Podcast is not making fun of Chinese people. We're sorry.
I
If
said
the
a bat. I said a bat. I'm making fun of their bats.
Oh, yeah, Chinese bats there. Yeah.
Because it started in China from a bat. At least that's what they said.
Yeah.
But they don't know.
If the Chinese government is listening, we're very sorry, and please don't arrest us.
I'm kind of curious what, like, a Chinese jail would be like compared to an American one. I've always wondered that, like, jails are like schools in other countries compared to this.
Yeah.
Maybe it's worth a shot.
I've seen so many videos. There's like prison and school. I'm like you, you're like me.
Yeah. We're a happy family. Oh, Barney. Did you know that the original Barney actor, it was like the first or second one, he got arrested?
Yeah, you told me that because he had like drugs. in
Yeah,
it, so
he had, he hid, so for the people out there, the first Barney actually got arrested because he hid drugs in his tail,
Why would he hide him there?
in his costume, and he would, like, hand them out to the kids that were acting. So he
Oh.
got arrested.
See, if I was addicted to drugs, I don't know why I would hand them out. I would just do it
You
myself.
know what would be funny is if it was like, if the mugshot was like with the mask, the suit on, but like without the mask was just his face, and then you just see like a purple dinosaur outfit on.
Yeah.
The drugs are still in the tail. Just like takes him out and like holds him up for the mugshot.
Yeah.
They arrested the drugs too.
Okay, here's a funny joke.
Sorry, I got like mesmerized by the umbrella
Okay.
for a second.
It's not funny, but it is a joke, so I will say it. I got a bug in my computer, but it's okay.
Oh my gosh.
It's okay. It's under control. So, yeah.
This is where we turn off the podcast. Oh my gosh.
It's okay.
Listen.
It's under control.
It was not better the second time, Tyson.
He entered my computer searching for something, but he had to escape eventually because he was under control. He shifted out of there pretty quick.
I knew you were gonna say it.
But
He didn't have any space.
there was a bar in my computer, and he said, "Hey, I'll take a beer. Put it on my tab."
Talking about beer in the podcast. We're talking about Chinese jail, purple dinosaurs and drugs.
Drugs, beer, Chinese
Bars.
government. It's not that bad, you know.
Chinese jail.
I think we need to redo our debut episode because we're like, let's not talk about politics. Let's not talk. This is a Christian podcast. We're not going to talk about bad stuff, and then drugs.
Yeah. And then Jonah happened.
Yeah.
It's all Jonah's fault.
Jonah kind of revolutionized the random podcast. Logan wanted to help us. Shorty. Logan wanted to help us. He wanted to like run captions or something, like help us edit it. I was like, Logan, you can't spell half of the words right. He spelled Mr. Earl URL. I'm like, no, Logan, no, you're not spelling out every word.
Earl without the P.
Yeah.
Speaking of coaches, Landon and I were talking about this last period in speech.
Mm-hmm.
So you probably haven't seen the show Loki.
No.
Yeah. Search up the time stream in Loki. Search up time stream in Loki.
Okay.
There we go. So like, like that. That's like the multiverse basically in the show. So it's like all the different timelines are like those strands and the branches that are all going together, and they're all kind of like these little strings like that. So we're talking about Coach Lark that does track.
Mm-hmm.
It's like his nose hairs.
His nose hairs?
His nose hairs. He's got the whole multiverse in his nose hairs. Every time he plucks the nose hair, it's like it's a whole timeline erased.
One of the Spider-Mans disappears.
Yeah. Well, it's like, so basically, like, all the lines are, like, different timelines and universes, and it all makes the multiverse.
Yeah.
And when people, like, pluck away one of the strings, it, like, gets rid of a timeline and, like, erases the timeline. It's like Lark just, like, pulling out a nose hair. There goes the timeline.
Oh, there goes Spider-Man.
He owns the whole multiverse in his nose. He's got the whole world in his nose. We were also joking about how Mr. Bear probably made that song back in like the 1920s or something. Oh, Mr. Bear. I love Mr. Bear, but I think he hates me. Anytime I see him in the hallway, he just like gives me the biggest side eye. It's funny.
Yeah.
He used to make us sing that all the time, like way back in elementary. He's got the whole world. We had this one like African tribe song that he had us do for a concert one year. He always found the weirdest songs.
Was it Baba Yet too?
Kind of.
My mom
It's like cooking yum.
loves Baba Yet too.
I don't think it was. It's like cooking yum and cooking dinner. It was like all African language or something, and nobody knew what it said. It was hilarious. He always found like the weirdest songs for us to sing.
I have to look it up sometime, but John Williams, when he was writing Duel of the Fates, he based that on, like, that's a tribal language, or I don't know, something like that, like the Kora Mata thing, you know, at the beginning of Duel of the Fates.
Yeah.
That's based on a language. I watched a video, you guys will have to look it up, or I'll look it up and talk about it in the next episode.
Terrible, yeah. You need to prepare for these more.
If we
That's like a part of the written podcast, you know? Let it be the planned podcast, actually. That kind of has a ring to it.
Planned podcast.
Planned podcast.
Let's plan a podcast.
Let's
Do you know what you can plan
and
a
like the
podcast?
intro would be like, let's plan.
Do you know how to plan a podcast with... I didn't plan for the joke.
It's like, I said that so weird, like, let's plan.
Let's
It
play.
instantly reminded me of the B movie. You like jazz? I love the B movie.
I think I've seen the B movie, but I haven't seen it in so long.
It's hilarious.
Yeah.
It's such just an underrated movie. Everybody like makes fun of it all the time. It's hilarious.
And Megamind, right?
You like jazz? It's just some random movie that like came out of nowhere with no warning or anything. They just like released a movie. Like it was a banger too.
Yeah.
Like had a bunch of bees that saved a plane or something.
Really?
Like an army of bees, yeah. They filed a lawsuit for putting a teddy bear as the honey like shape. For honey bottles was a bear instead of a bee. So they like did a lawsuit. So it was a bee like it was a bee in court with this like fat dude over like the shape of a honey bottle. It's such a weird movie. It's great though.
All I remember is that the bees had like this nice honeycomb place, and then the wasps lived in the rocks. I think.
I think that's A Bug's Life.
Maybe, I don't. Oh, Bug's Life. I love Bug's Life. When they have the bug zapper on and the one fly's going to it, he's like, what's his name? No, Danny, don't look at the light. I can't help it.
I wish I can find it, but the movie Barnyard has like the funniest song that Keystone like obsesses over.
Barnyard?
Yeah. It was like, and I won't back down. I will stand my. It's just this random cow playing a banjo trying to survive like a ton of coyotes attacking him. It's such a random movie.
Hey, so if you're ever surrounded by a pack of coyotes, just pull out your banjo and start playing.
I won't back down. We were playing that because one of his friends, Landon. We need to get Landon Malaki on here. That'd be hilarious.
Landon, Bennett, Titus.
Like Landon Malaki is one of Keeson's neighbors. He's awesome. He's a good friend. But we were like having a giant pillow fight. That was great. Keeson and I were going at it for like over an hour. By the end, we were like looked drunk. We were like swaying back and forth because like the mass concussions that we got from like the amount of times we just like nailed each other in the head. Oh my gosh, we got drilled by just pillows.
I wonder if pillow fights were invented by some mom who didn't want her boys to get injured because they were like throwing other stuff at each other. So she's like, let's just use pillows instead. How about that?
I felt bad though because Ashton was like hitting Landon and stuff, so Landon was like defending against Ashton. I run around the corner and just I did like a full spinning, like I would use, it was like these big couch cushions, and so I did a full like spin around using the pillow to give me momentum to spin. Slammed him right in the back of the head, and he was like 2 feet in the air, and like flew across the room.
Yeah.
I felt bad. He got nailed. Oh my gosh, pillow fights are fun.
Yeah.
Sorry, I like jazz. I feel like that's something Josh would say. Like everywhere he goes, Joshua Pierce.
Oh.
You like jazz?
Hey Tyson. You like jazz?
What was that from like somebody actually said that to me one time. It's probably Rowan.
Comment below, either on the Spotify mobile app or on YouTube, what you guys want us to put our podcast on other platforms. Because you probably shouldn't do that, Connor. If you want the podcast on other platforms, tell us. I don't want to pay for Apple Music, and I'll bet you have to pay to put a podcast on it.
Probably.
Maybe maybe Amazon.
Maybe.
Spotify and YouTube are free, so that's what we did. I don't know, we can try other places too, I guess.
Oh my gosh, that is really stuck in my head now. Watch us on YouTube. Watch the Random Podcast on YouTube. Do it.
Do it. Do it. And if
We're
you
just
are listening,
quoting every movie now at this point. Iron Man. We just gotta quote as many movies as we can.
I need to watch more Marvel movies. I've only
You
seen.
do. Just come over to my house and I will like set them all up for you.
I've only seen Guardians of the Galaxy, which is really good, especially the third one. The third one was amazing.
You have to watch. I mean, some of the newer movies, like they went from having like an actual storyline to now they're all multiverse stuff. It's kind of something that I looked into one time, like the multiverse and stuff.
Oh.
24?
Because it's Chapel Discipleship.
Oh yeah, we do have Chapel in it. That's right. Okay, well that was the bell.
This is Connor Tyson signing out.